bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They just say, Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, say, Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. I'm frozen, neck is frozen. Catch me rolling, I'm the chosen. Snow is falling, Elfie's calling. Check my list twice, most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They say, Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They say, Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the trees, put the lights up. 'Tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this, y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They say, Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They say, Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They say, Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They say, Nick, what you got up in that bag. I got racks in my sack or in my bag. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Question: did you get a chance to meet with the royal family, and if not, how was it like having them there in the building?
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
The prince and princess.
Of Wales. No, I did not. I'm only familiar with one royal. Family. I don't know too much about that one.
Hi, squaddies. Happy Tuesday. How is everyone today? Do we feel like we accomplished what we wanted to this year? Have we made our New Year's resolutions? What are some of your New Year's resolutions? What are some of your goals for this year? I'd love to hear them. What are some of your goals? Oh, sorry about the repeat. Anybody going out for New Year's? Anyone going out for a party? I feel like New Year's has become so ridiculously expensive. Like back in the day, I went to one really nice New Year's party with my brother and my cousin back in the day. It was like £35 at this really nice club, and it was a great night. I just feel like over the years, it's gotten more and more ridiculously expensive. And it's like you almost can't get in anywhere unless you book. Anyway, let's say our hellos. Sorry, my computer seems to be freezing quite a bit. Just give me a sec. I can't even scroll. Okay, here we go. Welcome everyone. Right, now I can see who's here. Hi Lydia, Emma, Olivia's here. Jessica, hi. Hey Lightside. Oh, I can see something. Okay, never mind. Hi, Church Nelly. Rahini, if you're here, I did see your email. I just haven't responded yet. I will respond. Hi, Valerie. Oh, hi, Petal. How are you? Hope you had a lovely Christmas, Petal. Like I said, you don't make resolutions, but I'll probably get some goals by the end of the week. Remember to make them smart goals. It's SM. What does the SMART stand for? It's gosh, what is it? SMART goals stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. There you go. Make sure that your goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based, and you will accomplish those goals. Rahina, you want to lose 80 pounds and get some pink hairs? Sounds fantastic. Go for it. Go for it. No resolutions. Just keep challenging haters of Harry and Meghan. Well, you know, another way to challenge the haters of Harry and Meghan is to be successful yourself, because I'm sure that's what Meghan would want her fans doing their self-growth and self-care also. Oh, thank you so much, Francine. Is it Francine Bird? Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. Much appreciated. Right, today's going to be a short one. Church Honey, your computer and my wig are freezing. Oh my god. Always make me laugh, Church Nelly. Yes, Carol. New Year's is expensive. The living room is free and warm. I will never do fireworks in London again. It was absolutely freezing and too crowded. Right, let's get on with it. Yeah, but actually, no, before we do get on with it, here's 8 things to leave in 2020. People pleasing, toxic relationships, self-doubt, that soul-destroying job, opinions of others, limiting beliefs, the reason why you can't start, and the fear of failure. And Camilla here is looking absolutely horrified because she knows that a couple of those refer to her. But there's some things I would leave in 2022. Onwards and upwards. Like our faves, who have now reached over 218 million viewing hours since its premiere. So it's right up there with Wednesday, which is one of the biggest hits of the year. Amazing. It's remained in the top 10 for over 3 weeks and is currently in the top 10 in 67 countries. So more and more people are getting to watch it. More and more people are starting to understand what was going on and what continues to go on. Let me tell you, the documentary has done exactly what it was meant to. Because, yeah, we're going to get into that disgusting clickbait article. But the backlash to that article has been spectacular. Same as the backlash towards the Jeremy Clarkson article as well. These people really did think that they were going to continue to get away with this. And the tide has truly turned. Truly turned. Even people who aren't in the squad, who aren't too clued up about the royal family, what's been going on, are saying, what the hell is going on here? Why all of this being levied on one woman? So the documentary has done what it was meant to do. And we in the squad have helped, I believe, greatly. Because there's really no one in mainstream media anyway who has really pushed. I mean, there's individual commentators who have pushed back, but platforms, we've had to create those to push back. And I always say, this is a team sport, not a competition. We need more platforms. We need more voices. We need more Twitter accounts. We need more Instagrams. We need more YouTubes. We need more podcasts. Because even in the last couple of years that I've been in this space, there are quite a few people who have stopped doing podcasts. So we always need new people in the space to take over when people decide, I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. Like, I haven't checked on Just Like Us for a while, but last time I checked, they hadn't uploaded in a long time. So please don't be shy. Don't feel like you have to upload every day or every week. But if you want to start something, please do. Right. And congrats, Harry and Meghan, for an amazing hit. And I'm sure that the upcoming documentary will also be pretty darn amazing too. Right. Next. Right, the Sandringham walk. So the report in BBC said that roughly 1,000 royalists, some from the other side of the globe, usually queue up for security checks each year before gathering outside the church to cheer and offer up festive gifts. I've never heard of anybody flying in from other countries to come see the Christmas walk. I don't believe that anybody would fly just to see that. You could tell me that people flew in for a royal wedding. I would believe that. You're not going to convince me anyone's flown in from the other side of the globe, let alone from the other side of England to come and see this. But one of the onlookers this year said that there was a different vibe on Sunday. She said, although it was pleasant, it was very, very different to years in the past. Miss Anville, who attended with her 22-year-old daughter for the 4th time, the crowd wasn't as big. It was full, but it wasn't as deep, and it was quieter. So less people decided to go. When they came out, they usually worked the crowd. They stopped, but it was extremely brief. They weren't rude at all, but it was rushed. The pair first attended in 2017 because her daughter wanted to see Meghan. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have withdrawn from royal duties since the last Sandringham service, and more recently, yes, okay, we know that. So the lady went on to say, I don't know if they, the royal family, were worried about the reception, but the crowd were fine and there was no booing. Well, there wouldn't be any booing because Meghan and Harry fans who have an issue with the royals don't go to see the royals just to boo. It's the crazy, deranged royalists that wait hours to see Harry and Meghan just to boo. We leave them people alone. No way I am standing outside a church in the freezing cold, in the mud, just to boo someone I don't like. Only derangers do that. Anyway, she went on to say she was disappointed that the crowd favourite, the Princess Royal, who was, I think that's Anne, who was reportedly suffering from a cold, did not attend. She was suffering from a cold, or she just could not be bothered with this mess. Oh. But look at the difference, as someone pointed out, between the crowds. Going to see the royals, going to see Harry and Meghan. And in a different country, mind you. So not even on the home soil, in a different country, Harry and Meghan pulled out a whole crowd. And the difference is, well, there it is. There's a picture. Pitch paints 1,000 words, doesn't it not? To your comments. Yes, Avon, wonderful stats. Oh, Rahini, and Wednesday has more episodes in the docu series. The Tide is Turning. Yes, indeed. Hugo, you said very disappointed. ITV and Amazon are still keeping Clarkson on. He was awful on Millionaire. Do you know what? Let them keep him. Let them keep him. Let them continue to show who they are. I say, I have no problem with ITV and Amazon keeping Jeremy Clarkson on at all. Let them expose who they are. They are people who want to platform a man who wants a biracial woman to be stripped naked and have feces thrown at her. Let the racists be racist. They have the right to be racist. Let them show who they are. It only proves everything we've been saying in the squad and everything Harry and Meghan have been saying. I 100% support them showing who they are, because the longer this goes on, the more it just proves our point. Rachel, and their lies get more fantastical. Indeed. I miss the days when we could see people in people's knees. Who remembers that one? There was the we've got the body language experts, we've got the knee readers. There was one who said that she saw Princess Charlotte's face, was it, in Meghan's knee? Like that is how far down in hell we got at one point. I can't even believe that was an actual headline. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes, Tanya, Anne could not be bothered. So another interesting thing that happened. Andrew told the freezing crowd to stand on newspaper. Imagine going to see, and I don't know why you would go to see the royals in the first place. Getting there, seeing Andrew, and then he tells you to stand on newspaper. Does he think that that's what we should do to heat our homes also? Anyway, the article said in The Independent, Andrew was filmed offering some unusual advice to freezing crowds waiting to see the royal family on their traditional Christmas Day walkabout in Sandringham. The Duke of York baffled well-wishers as he told a woman who said her feet were cold that she should stand on newspaper to stay warm. During the family's walk to St. Mary's, Andrew was filmed stopping in front of a woman and asking her if she had cold feet. When she replied that they were freezing, he said, "Did you know the trick is to the trick is to bring a newspaper. Stand on newspaper and you insulate your feet." The onlooker told the newspaper the whole thing was really odd. Andrew stopped in front of us and blurted out the most bizarre advice about keeping warm. I don't imagine the woman will be testing this theory anytime soon. Yeah, I don't think standing on newspaper will help in freezing temperatures. It would have to be some pretty thick newspaper. So, yeah. I understand that it wasn't expected that he would show up, but there were people there who still reached out to shake his hand. And do you remember at the walkabout that Meghan did for the Queen's funeral, there were people that didn't want to shake her hand and who looked away. There was that one lady who looked away in disgust at Meghan. But here they are reaching out their hands to shake a man's hand who, likely looks down on you. This is someone who was happy to hang around with the likes of Epstein. What do you think he thinks of you? The average peasant, the average subject. I think some people have a lot of reflecting to do. It's truly, what do you see when you look at Andrew that you would want to stand there and shake his hand and praise? What? It is a weird level of derangement that I will never understand. Maybe I don't want to understand it. I did not know that Andrew was staying at Buckingham Palace. I actually thought that Andrew was at Kensington Palace. But apparently he's been staying at Buckingham Palace. And as someone pointed out on Twitter, on December 23rd, outlets reported that Charles had evicted Andrew from Buckingham Palace. But on the 25th, Andrew was on the church walk. So was this to try and help with optics then? That whole article about Andrew being kicked from Buckingham Palace? It's probably best that he's not there, because if you remember, not too long ago, there were protests outside of Buckingham Palace. It never made the news. We only knew about it because it went viral on social. Thank you, B10 Pal. Thank you for the super sticker. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. Elaine, I will not be watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Good. Yeah, don't watch it. But if that's who they want to put out there as these are the most popular and watched and liked people in the UK, let them do it. Tanya, signing on newspaper was good advice. Okay, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. The newspaper is a great insulator. Okay, I believe you, Tanya. Happy said the man who doesn't swear. Noreen, seriously, I'm so mad why this P is allowed to walk out. Yeah, well, Ghislaine Maxwell is behind prison bars, which she should be, but he should be there as well. Tanya, yes, notice how other people won't give Andrew eye contact. Yeah, there was a few who seemed quite sensible, but not the same balls as the young man who yelled out, Andrew, you're a sick man. That's the type of courage we need to see more of. Maria, this older deranged thinking won't last much longer. I don't think it will. And I think that they have fooled themselves into thinking that they're still thinking in that very old way of this upcoming coronation will heighten the public spirits. Now, that may have worked a long time ago, but I don't think it works anymore. Especially not while we're going through a cost of living crisis. Absolutely not. I think this coronation, I don't think it will be a disaster, but I don't think it's going to come and go without being a circus. Ledarius, no, Andrew doesn't stay at Buckingham Palace, so we're referring to his offices at Buckingham Palace. Okay, thank you for clarifying. That makes sense, because I didn't believe that he lived at Buckingham Palace. I was like, what? So, but then it doesn't make sense. Why would they say Charles evicts Andrew like he lives there? He will no longer be allowed to have an office in the building or use its address for correspondence. Okay. Carol, some people are brainwashed, like that woman calling on her niece to greet Charles. Oh yeah, I still can't believe that. Crazy. All right. Yeah, onto this mess. Now, I thought about whether or not I should talk about this Politico article because at the end of the day, that's what they want. They want outrage, and they want their clicks. Because as this gentleman tweeted, Benjamin Ryan, hating Meghan Markle is a billion-dollar industry. It will never stop. Too many people are making a living off of it. I did think about, do I want to share this? Do I want to talk about this? And the only reason I'm talking about this is because the backlash to this has been equally swift and fast, like the Jeremy Clarkson article. The responses and the quote tweets were brutal. Even regular readers of Politico were like, what the hell is this? Even regular readers. People who are definitely not Meghan fans. And this is why I say the documentary series did exactly what it was meant to do. And Joanna, what was it? Weiss? Well, fits the profile of a Meghan hater, obsessed, has been for a while. This tweet is from 2012. Somebody tweeted her and said, I'm sensing a royal fetus column in your future. She responded, you read my mind. Actually, I'm thinking a lot about Prince Harry. Girl, you ain't never stood a chance with that man. You never stood a chance. And who wants to bet when she found out that Meghan was dating Harry, girlfriend was pressed like a panini. pressed like a ham and cheese panini over a man that was never going to choose you. Girl, he was never going to choose you. And she has written articles about Meghan before, pretty nasty articles about Meghan before. I think she was the one that wrote that one that went viral some time ago, Americans who tried to bring down the monarchy or something. Putting her at the center. It's not just that they put her in the picture, they put her at the center of Trump, Elon, that stupid startup guy who run the crypto fraud, Elizabeth Holmes, and Kanye. And they put Meghan at the center of these people. The nerve of this. And the use, once again, of the word narcissist. It's like they're just throwing that word around now. But please tell me, who is a bigger narcissist than the people writing these articles? They are the narcissists, they are the sycophants, they are the obsessed, deranged people who will not leave Meghan alone. I think that Miss Joanna needs to take a step back and perhaps have a look at everyone who has had their karma handed to them. There are people walking around with canes, broken backs. People who said throw Harry off a balcony are now walking around with canes and broken backs. People who said they had a niggling feeling about Harry and Meghan's engagement are now out here getting divorces. So take a step back, Miss Joanna, because you don't want this karma. The Meghan hate train is coming to the end of its tracks. You jumped on it way too late. And if you go to the tweet where Politico posted this, almost every response and quote tweet were just ripping it to shreds. I barely saw anyone agreeing with this. And a lot of the accounts were not squaddy accounts. So someone actually emailed her. And this was her response. Thank you for reading Politico and taking the time to write. I certainly agree that there's a spectrum of harm when it comes to narcissistic behavior. And Harry and Meghan are on the low end. My point was that by the standards of narcissism used by social scientists, believe they're the best at what they do, craving attention, protecting and defending their egos with great vigor. They fit the bill. But narcissism can be used for good, and if the love of the spotlight leads them to do good, charitable works, that's great for everyone. Such BS. Such BS. And what have you ever done, Miss Joanna, other than put vitriol out into the world? What have you done? I'm telling you, these people and women like Joanna are going to be coping for a long time. Harry and Meghan have been together for 6 years and they are still coping. I mean, watching that documentary must have had them all booking therapy sessions. Harry looking at Meghan and saying, she is the list. This woman is the list. Harry making it very clear that this is the woman I love. This is the woman who I've chosen. This is the woman that I am going to protect and defend to my last breath. And my children. And seeing them happy. Oh, the therapist must be overbooked right now. Because of a woman like this. Anyway, that is all I have to say about this matter. I'm not going to drag it on. I'm going to finish with your comments and then we'll call it a day. What can we do, y'all? What can we do? Thank you so much, Lightside. Yes, please do remember to hit that thumbs up button. Much appreciated. Andreen, you said old-fashioned coronation. Wow, Disney parade. Listen, the parades at Disney are way more fun and interesting. Oh, and the jewels that the kings and queens and princes and princesses wear at the Disney parade aren't stolen. Tanya, some of the royal watches must be paid actors. I mean, would you go and stand in the freezing cold like that? See those stale, boring people? Like, you'd have to pay me. Yes, Mary Cat. What does Andrew even need an office for? That's a good question. What does he need an office for? But John Hickey, Andrew is known to be rude, obnoxious, and ill-mannered. Oh yes, because his mom is favorite. Mad World, you said, and I believe they put that story about Andrew out there just to try and make Charles look good. Yes, that's probably what it was for. Rahini, I really thought that Politico was neutral. What were they thinking? I've never read Politico, so I don't know what their stance is. But they've got to be desperate for them clicks and views and pennies if they're writing articles like that. To put Meghan in the middle of those people. Yes, Tanya, yes, the backlash. It was brutal. And please, when you see articles like this, please don't go and click on them. You know that there are squaddies on Twitter and on social who will repost screenshots or talk about it on their channels, so we don't give it more traffic and money. Let's see, I bet Harry and Meghan are getting a good laugh at this dumb ish. Well, I hope every now and again that they do laugh, and that they laugh more than they cry, but it just must be so hard. It's just constant. I think Meghan is likely more protected from it because she says that she doesn't read the tabloids, but I believe Harry does. Yes, Rhonda, Harry wouldn't look at her blindfolded. Yes, that's a very good point, Lightside. How does hating an attractive, successful woman make your life more enriched? It makes no sense. They need to put that energy into working on themselves. Exactly. I look at Meghan and I'm like, I want to learn how to invest in other companies. I want to start multiple businesses. I want to travel more. I want to build a healthy family. You take example from people doing good things. You watch and learn. You don't watch and hate. You watch and learn. Instead of being jealous of what someone has, well, look at their life and see how they got there. I don't understand people that hate on other people's accomplishments. If I meet a successful person, I'm gonna ask them, "How did you get there? Tell me your story. What books did you read?" Like, how do you just sit there and not only hate, but with such ferociousness? It's not just like a little bit of jealousy or envy, which we all get. We're human. It's the ferociousness of the hate and envy that I don't understand. And they must truly, truly believe that this type of love and adoration from a man like Harry is only reserved for them, not for a woman like Meghan, not for a woman of color. And Magalit, she said that one of my co-workers was against Meghan because she tore Harry away from his family. After watching the docu-series, she's pro-Harry Meghan. I think there's a lot of people who are feeling very embarrassed now. Because, I mean, even that whole narrative of she tore him away from his family. Do you think anybody who grew up in a family whose entire existence comes from just being a leech off of the poorest and most oppressed, would you have to tear somebody away from that type of family? No, they'd go willingly. And what's even more crazy is even after they left, and we heard that they got the Netflix deal, the Spotify deal, the big mansion in Montecito, the continuation of this narrative of Harry being miserable and being a hostage. Oh, please take me hostage, Meghan. This is the best hostage situation that I have ever seen. Yes, Maria, it's terrible putting Meghan at the center of all those crazy people. Like, what are you thinking? They're thinking they want clicks, and now they look like fools. Joseph, who appointed Joanna the Holy Grail of determining who's a narcissist? Exactly. Marina, Meghan lives rent-free. Yes, rent-free Meghan. Rent-free, council tax-free, water bill-free, electricity bill-free, gas bill-free, groceries free. All right, just trying to get through your comments before we call it a day. Yes, Mary H. 6 years, 2 cutie pies. Still can't keep their hands off of each other. That's how you know it's love. No, I think eventually, other people, and it's starting already, will begin to attack these outlets so much that we won't have to bother with them. It's getting to that point now. Because before it was just us. Now the non-squaddies are starting to come for them too. Because everybody can see it now. Like, what is going on? Crazy. Yes, BD. She wishes she had a man like Meghan. She wish. She wish, she wish. Somebody said Piss Moran's Twitter account was hacked. Was it hacked, or is he pretending that it was hacked? Yes, Levy, MB equals lost eyelashes. Don't MB on anyone. Your eyelashes will fall out. Yes, Joseph, if only fawning over the coronation would fill the subjects' empty, growling bellies and heat their cold flats. If only. The coronation comes into town around spring. So maybe by that time, everybody would have forgotten that they were freezing during the winter. Alrighty, who's going to get the last word of the day? Yes, Carol. I'm sure Meghan's at her home by her pool thinking, who? Yeah, who? Who is she? Yeah, Valerie. I remember reading about this, that the palace staff were upset that Harry no longer makes them coffee. This is why I'm saying there is a very weird relationship between the courtiers and the individual members of the royal family. I think somewhere along the line, things went a little doolala in that palace, and the king and the princes stopped being the king and the princes, and they had to just eventually start taking orders from the courtiers, who are, I believe, almost like a branch of government to keep them in check. Because the relationship between the courtiers and the royals, I feel like we're gonna find out the full extent of how crazy it is one day. Yeah, Rahini, Meghan did not steal Harry. He went running like the Flash. Out of there he went. First opportunity. Yes, Levy. Murdoch's tenure is coming to an end. Coming to an end indeed. Yes, Tanya, the choice to be liberated from a hobbit cottage. Listen, I've seen hobbit cottages, and I promise you that they look nicer than that Nottingham. Was it Nottingham ghetto? Hobbit cottages look a lot more nicer and homely. To a mansion with high ceilings and a great view of the ocean. I would pack my bags quickly. Exactly. Yes, Mad World. Was Piers Morgan's account hacked or fake hacked? He's blocked me anyway, so. Yes, Tanya, the royals took Harry's kindness for weakness. As they would, because they don't know what kindness is. All right. Lane, I'll give the last word of the day. Bye, everyone. Stay safe, my friends, wherever you are in the world. Indeed. And yes, please do remember to stay safe, especially those of you in the UK. A lot of delays and upheaval regarding the healthcare system at the moment. So please be careful when you're out and about. You do not want to have to call an ambulance this week. All right. Take care, everyone. Ciao.
Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. I'm frozen, neck is frozen. Catch me rolling, I'm the chosen. Snow is falling, Elfie's calling. Check my list twice, most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They say, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They say, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the trees, bring the cheese. Put the lights up, 'tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this, y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag? I got racks in my sack or in my bag. Merry Christmas, everybody.